is Sergio Vlad. The assistant referees are Mario De La Paz and Victor Borges. The fourth official is Michael Saran. Now for the Lehigh Valley United lineup for today's match. Number 2, Nevin Byer. Number 6, Ryan Custer. Number 7, Bilal Mohammed. Number 10, Michael Taru. Number 11, Colby Raymond. Number 14, Nick Allen. Number 15, Douglas Goita. Number 16, Zachary Makita. Number 20, Evan Forrest. And number 21, Zachary Barrett. Starting in goal for Lehigh Valley is number 1, Lance McGrain. The head coach is Andrew Adlard. Now please stand and raise your scarves for your Real Central NJ Soccer starting 11, presented by Princeton Orthopedic Associates. On defense, number 3, Christopher Coronado. At midfield, number 7, Jack Borden. At forward, number 12, Fede Erickson. On defense, number 14, Sergio Aguanaga. At forward, number 17, Chase Orvos. On defense, number 22, Kelly Bleedy. What?
Just continue with the other read.
Today marks the 156th anniversary of the ending of slavery in the United States. In commemoration of this event, Real Central NJ Soccer asks that all our friends and supporters join our players and staff in embracing equality and continuing to fight against racism and hate. Please remove your hats and remain standing for the national anthem sung by Monica Ryan.
Taking the ND off. I have a list that I can give. All right, and we welcome you here to Mercer County Community College for another USL2 matchup live here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Simon Rosenwasser along with Sean Miller today. Sean, a couple squads that have fallen on hard times, so to speak. Best results for both of these teams in their last couple times out. Real Central NJ and Lehigh Valley United doing battle, finding themselves towards the bottom of the USL2 standings. And this matchup will prove to be one that gets the team out of the pits, so to speak. If Real Central NJ wins, they're 2 points behind Lehigh Valley in the standings right now. They jump over Lehigh Valley United and sink Lehigh Valley back down to the bottom. But we should have a good matchup here, Sean.
Yeah, it's interesting to see because, Real Central New Jersey, first year in the league, and if they win today, they're up to 5th in the standings. See Lehigh Valley 2-1-6 coming in and can close to within 3 points of Philly Lone Star for that 4th place spot. Obviously, seeding will be big once the playoffs start. So this is a big game for both teams. I think we talked about this last game for RCNJ. They're trying to get something going. They got a decent point last game after falling behind twice. So maybe get a win here and build some momentum going towards the playoffs.
Will be Lehigh Valley United in the black jerseys. Overcast skies here, rain threatening. We don't expect there to be any significant showers until maybe in the second half. We start relatively dry conditions. And a nice night for some soccer Saturday evening.
I think we see a little bit of a change from last game, too. It looks like, Ibra Jop, who was playing in behind Wesley Leggett last game, might be a little bit further forward there, maybe 2 up top, along with Justin Bruno out here on the wing. He switched wings during the match last game from between the first half and the second half and back again late in the second half, and was instrumental in the game-tying goal on Wednesday night. So could be a big factor in this contest.
Real Central NJ moving right to left in a nice move up the sideline by Justin Bruno. Talking with Coach Pat Snyder before the game. It's been really some bad luck for this Real Central NJ team. They've created chances, particularly early on in contests. A lot of posts, a lot of crossbars, a lot of missed opportunities. And that tends to deflate you as the game goes on.
Yeah, last game in the 2-2 draw, I think they had a couple chances. They went behind, and then they scored on a penalty right at the end. It was actually in stoppage time at the end of the first half. Went behind again and then scored to tie it late on and had some chances there again. But you see, a couple games could have, maybe if a ball goes in off the post, maybe they're a little bit further up the table right now.
As it's Lehigh Valley United on the attack. We are 2 minutes into the contest. And Corridon with the block on that shot. As it's Bruno who finds some space. Rain is coming down quite a bit, actually. And that will come into effect and right on cue. A couple bodies hitting the deck. And on turf, even more of some ball skips, some short hops that might give the players a little bit more to worry about.
Say the one thing coming into this game that could be positive for RCNJ is that Lehigh Valley's allowed 26 goals. If they scored 11, they've scored more goals, but they've allowed some big numbers in some of the losses. So RCNJ might think that they could get in behind and get on top here. I think, like Coach Snyder said, if they can get a lead in a game like this, it could be a different contest for them.
Stoppage here, and Max Blacker will give out to Harrison Taylor, who was back in action. Sean, a big piece of this Real Central NJ team. Wears the captain's sleeve and manning center back in this game. They're happy to have him back.
Yeah, I talked to him after the game the other day, and he was excited to be back. It also allows them to push Jack Borden, who played center back last game, further forward into that defensive midfield role where I think he excels at, and he's probably going to play for Lafayette next year. So it improves the back line, and it improves the midfield, which is big for this team.
Chris Corridon coming back into the middle for Ibrahima Diop. And here is Taylor. And Sergio Aguinaga, the Spaniard. On a play in the back so far, looking for a switch. It's Jack Borden, the fresh out of the Pennington School, Prep High School senior. He just graduated and now playing here for Real Central NJ, and he's been a welcome addition to this squad. And speaking of players who are fresh out of high school, prep school, whatever level you want to call that, it's a really young Real Central New Jersey team, Sean, and one of the youngest, them and Reading, the two youngest rosters throughout all of USL2.
Yeah, it's actually amazing. I mean, you see some of these other teams with 26, 27-year-old men on it, and this team is very young. Borden, he's a big-time player, but once again, he's 18, 19 years old. So, you see some of these kids as well. Call them kids, young men, but I think their age is probably around 20, 21, 22, the average age. And that's what Coach Snyder was talking about, how young this team is and just really how positive it could be for the future. But this year, first year, is going to be tough with this building squad.
Well, a match here and a match victory here would be quite welcome for Real Central New Jersey. Teams battled it out a couple weeks ago over at Moravian College, the home of Lehigh Valley United. 3-1 result for Lehigh Valley.
A couple late goals, I think, in that game changed the game there. But Coach Snyder talked about how he thought the game was pretty even for a while, but maybe they just wore down a little bit towards the end.
Real Central New Jersey on the attack. And getting it through, flag up offside. Wesley Leggett on his horse. And nearly was able to hold his body in an onside position, but it was called.
I think you can already see the difference between this game and last game, where they were just, RCNJ was getting dominated in the midfield for the better part of about 75 minutes. And you have Borden now up there in defensive mid next to Ethan Shaw. Right away strengthens and puts some steel into that midfield. And they've already been playing pretty well, breaking up the play today. You see Diop come back as well, getting on the ball.
And here is Diop. He's trying to spring Leggett. Those two playing against each other in their respective prep careers. Leggett for Princeton Day School, and Diop also for the Pennington School.
State Gatorade Player of the Year, All-American, high school All-American, big time player at Pennington.
Who are we talking? Ibrahima.
Man, he 3 goals in the state final against St. Benedict's.
Don't I remember it, Sean?
That game was unbelievable. He was unbelievable in that game. Broke St. Benedict's 28-year stranglehold on the
Prep A title.
Yeah.
We had the pleasure of producing that game. I think we talked about it our last time up, but we did have the pleasure of producing that game, and I was on the call, and I'll never forget it. Ibrahima Diop with those 3 goals single-handedly breaking that 26-year streak of St. Benedict's prep.
It was interesting too, because
here's Diop with a ball. We got a good chance here, and coming out, making the play, goaltender is Lance McGrain. Comes from a great goaltending family for Lehigh Valley United, and good recognition there.
Yeah, good job reading the play, playing sweeper keeper, coming out and breaking it up. Obviously outside the box, can't use his hands, but good recognition of the threat and the pace of Brunau. Brunau was tough the other day. He definitely caused a lot of problems there in that second half, and had the assist on the game tying goal in the 82nd minute.
It's been mostly Real Central New Jersey possession here, and another springing ball nearly connected again with Leggett. So close, but Sergio Aguinaga with a good idea. The Rider University Bronc almost springing Leggett for a good chance.
Yeah, they're definitely getting into some dangerous positions here early in the match, and it's definitely a much better start than it was a couple days ago here.
Problem has been, Sean, not necessarily the starts and putting chances together, but it's finishing. Only 7 goals this year for Real Central New Jersey. Plenty more, well, the players would say would be goals or should be goals.
Yeah, it's you know, and 3 of those goals came in one game against Philly Lone Star, and it just you know, in some of these 2 last game, they've just struggled to put the ball in the net sometimes, and they've had some decent chances. Last game, I mean, they had a point blank hitter just went wide and a ball off the post. So you know, I think it's just a matter with Leggett up top. You know, if he can get a goal or something, get some confidence, that could definitely change the game. Goals change games, as they say.
And body hitting the deck on the far side. Rain starting to come down a little bit more. Another switch, plenty of green here for Harrison Taylor. And Ethan Shaw in the back.
He's been very good in the last few games for them.
Not a good ball by Diop there, and it'll spring Lehigh Valley United, allow them to get on the attack and take possession back. Bruna has to come back defensively. And they look for the long ball. Can they connect? A little too much. Maybe on a dry surface. That ball checks up there for Nick Allen.
This surface gets really slick on the when it rains a little bit. This turf here, it helps the ball move when you're passing it across the turf. But sometimes on those balls that you're trying to up in the air and they just skip off the turf, it's just hard to track down.
Ball will skip out of bounds. Christopher Cordon lets it go.
Yeah, you can see there you can see the ball as soon as it hit the ground. That spin that it got, it's almost like a cricket ball there, spinning, hits the ground. Talking to center back about the Harrison Taylor about the cricket series. Big
cricket guy, huh?
Yeah. Australia, New Zealand. New Zealand's playing India right now, so he's all excited about the cricket. Big sport in Australia, big sport in New Zealand.
Harrison Taylor from Adelaide, Australia, and he's a defender at St. Leo University down in Florida. Big Tottenham Hotspur fan as well. Whew. Nice move by Brunau in the midfield. Here's Justin Brunau. Oh, good idea, but not enough. Brunau got it back, 1-on-2. Looking for a left foot shot, and it goes just over the cage. And it was deflected for a corner. Well done by Brunau.
Yeah, once again, his pace is definitely causing
Looking
problems.
for a left foot shot, and it goes just over the cage.
He wins the ball back
and
after
it
losing
was deflected
and
for a
gets through 2 defenders and gets a corner out of it. But his pace on the outside and through the middle has been something that's they can maybe exploit here over the course of the next 75 minutes.
It'll be an outswinging ball. Got it on Diop's head, but over the cage. And Ibrahima Diop, who we know has been quite frustrated. We talked about him scoring 3 goals in a game, so when it does come, it comes in bunches. But Diop has had quite a long scoring drought, and he wants to end that sooner rather than later. Unfortunately, not there for the man from Senegal.
He has a pretty good chance there, half a chance, really good corner. And if he gets another ball in that same spot, I think he'll want to do a little bit better that, maybe get it down and get it on target there, make the goaltender work for it, goalkeeper.
Making Harrison Taylor work for this one. And he goes back to Blacker. We mentioned that 3-goal game for Diop came against St. Benedict's, and that is the alma mater of the goaltender, Max Blacker of Real Central New Jersey. On the attack. Little hold up there, and the foul will go against Lehigh Valley United, and that's Colby Raymond.
It's interesting to see what the keeper job here for RCNJ is, because he's kind of been splitting it between the players, and I just don't think anyone's been able to nail that spot down yet in this season.
Here's Leggett. Getting there first, the defender in Zach Barrett. He's a commit to the University of Vermont, the defender. Diop coming into contact there with Ryan Custer, key player to know for Lehigh Valley United. And the throw will go the way of RCNJ, and another indication of how wet it is. That ball slipping out on the simple throw-in.
Talked the other night about how these, the college kids are going to have, a lot of these kids that played at the schools that played in the spring are having the spring and then coming right here to this USL2 league, wherever teams they're playing for, and they're going to basically play until, maybe mid to end July, and then they're going to have to turn around and go right back to campus to get ready for the fall, because soccer season in college is usually in the fall, so it's going to be a long season for some of these kids, but I'm sure they love it, playing all this soccer in a year.
Here's Sergio Aguinaga, opts for Brunau, right on the corner of the 18. Justin Brunau probing, doesn't like what he sees. Uses a switch, and Corridon is waiting. Another big hop, and Corridon has to head it, and that's enough for Lehigh Valley United to disrupt the attack. So comes back to Corridon. 1-on-3, trying to work his way towards the near side of the field, and this ball will probably come out of bounds. Nope, Aguinaga able to chase it down. Good work by RCNJ to keep possession after that sequence. Colby Raymond wreaking havoc here. Goes all the way back to Blacker. A little bump from Raymond to Taylor. And Blacker switches. Cordon. Ooh, beautiful flick. Springs Leggett. 3-on-2. Two guys in the box. Leggett looks for the cross. Does not connect. Diop was his intended target, and it's intercepted.
They're doing a good job getting in behind, though, on this Lehigh Valley defense. I think at some point a goal is going to come here for RCNJ. They're getting a lot of chances, some last-ditch defending from the visitors.
18th minute. Great ball. Here comes Lehigh Valley United. Ooh, it looks like somebody's coming up lame. And that's Bilal Muhammad. Arguably the biggest threat to this on this Lehigh Valley side. And Bilal Muhammad is down on the field, and that's why the whistle comes. Muhammad scored 2 goals in the game against Real Central New Jersey on June 7th. And that was just a matter of, it was a non-contact injury there. You could see him grab his left hamstring as he tried to chase down that ball, which, again, skipped a little further than he might have anticipated with a dry surface.
Yeah, and I think, chasing the ball there, you feel that right away. He's definitely going to be done here. The hamstring's usually a fatigue injury. So and you feel that right away. You're just chasing a ball, and all of a sudden it pops, and that's the end of your day, and probably about a month on the sidelines, depending on the severity of it.
Well,
but
we don't want to speculate here. We hope that Bilal Muhammad doesn't have too significant an injury. He's walking off, and maybe it's just a cramp, and we'll see if they sub him out immediately, because this is a significant player on the Lehigh Valley side.
Looks like number 17 is getting ready to come in here.
4-year starter for Temple University, Bilal Muhammad. Played at Parkland High School. A lot of good soccer in the Allentown area is where Parkland is. It looks like Muhammad is he's waving the trainers off, and he's ready to come back in. Number 17 is sitting back down. So
it's good. Maybe just a cramp there.
Yeah.
Got to drink more water. It's hot these days.
All I got to do is look up at the sky right now. Lights are coming into more of effect. The darkness setting in a little bit more on us than maybe a normal Saturday night at this time of year. But there are some rain clouds in the area, as we've mentioned.
Actually, he hasn't come back on yet. He's still trying to run it off on the side. I guess he's just trying to see if the fourth official now could let him back in.
As McLean gets it ahead of midfield. Aguinaga with no call. Intercepts. Space in the midfield for Diop, and now the whistle finally comes. A little late. Here comes, is it Bilal Muhammad back into the game? It looks like it is.
That's right, yeah.
Muhammad looks okay.
I think sometimes on the calls, the official will tell the linesman, not the ARs, not to wave. Let him call it first, and then once he doesn't call it, he'll wave there. And I think that's what you see. Sometimes you see it could be like a late call, but the center ref will tell them, listen, let me call it first, and then wave the flag.
Well, Bilal Muhammad, as this ball will get in on Blacker, he's the kind of kid that needs his wheels. He is 5'10", 140 pounds. And he scores a lot of goals, so you can imagine what kind of player he is. Needs to find those openings, and he uses his speed and agility to create chances. Good to see him back on the field. Real Central New Jersey probably doesn't agree after 2 goals that he scored on June 7th.
Yeah, he's a lot like Brunau here, basically playing the same position out on the left here with a lot of pace, playing as a forward and really as a disruptor.
As Brunau in there defensively, and it's stolen away by Real Central New Jersey, courtesy of Jack Borden. Here's Aguinaga, back to Brunau. Trying to find Leggett. Leggett looking for a call, none comes. Now that 3-1 result back on June 7th. Bilal Muhammad scored the opening goal in the 33rd minute. Christian Corridon scored a goal 3 minutes later. So they were tied going into halftime. Then the second half, it was Muhammad who scored 10 minutes into the half, and then Ethan Height sealing the deal in the 78th minute. So pretty evenly matched for a half, and then Lehigh Valley pulled away.
Yeah, and I think even with that last goal, as Coach Snyder was talking about, they were kind of going and trying to chase the game there, down 2-1, and trying to put some numbers forward. So you'll see that sometimes in those one-goal deficits, you'll see teams push players forward, and then the team will add on and get a third, maybe a fourth goal, and it doesn't really necessarily say how close the game was for 75, 80 minutes.
2 goals for Muhammad in that game were the only 2 that he scored all season. And there he is going up for the ball. Looks healthy. Quick restart for RCNJ, trying to spring Leggett. Would have gotten in on the keeper as McLean was ready, but the whistle came, and RCNJ will still have the ball, but everybody gets a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, the ball was rolling, so the referee made him take it back. Actually benefits them, like you said, so a little bit unlucky for Lehigh Valley.
Plenty of space in the back with Kelly Bleedy, former Trenton Catholic player.
My guy played for me at TCA. Big-time player. Played for the UFA team that won the national championship.
And playing in the center back position here today, or at least in the middle with Harrison Taylor. Here's Leggett. Man in the middle, maybe some space to shoot. Nope, intercepted.
You got to take that first time there. You don't have time to take a touch.
It was Ryan Custer who's tripped up and no call. They're going to play advantage here. As Lehigh Valley's threatening. Here's a shot. Blacker is beat, but it's past the post. Lefty try for Michael Tahiru.
It's turned into an open game here. 25th minute as we click into the 26th minute. Both teams have getting some chances. And see if we get a goal here at some point in the next 20 minutes before halftime.
It's been a similar story for these two teams throughout the USL2 schedule. 7 goals on the year for Real Central New Jersey, 11 goals for Lehigh Valley United. Minus 15 goal differential, as you mentioned, Sean. It's a United team that can be vulnerable. And Real Central New Jersey giving up 7 less goals. Their defense has been pretty solid. And it's just putting the ball in the back of the net, taking advantage of those chances. On the flip side, the other teams have really taken advantage of all the chances that Real Central New Jersey has given up. This is Diop. Ooh, a lot of contact from behind. No call. Kick save from the back will spring Leggett. Leggett finding Brunau. Brunau looking for the ball. Last touch by him, 6-yard kick.
I think RCNJ is a bit like that Spain team. They do a good job with the ball. They dominate possession at times, but they just need someone up top that could finish one of those strikers that are just going to get goals. And they've had chances in games and they've let it kind of go by, but you see the stats. The goals are spread out. They don't really have that one guy that's going to score 10 or 12 goals for you over the course of a season right now.
Right now, Wesley Leggett leading the team in goals, 3 of them this year. 2 goals this year for Christian Corridon. And a goal for Ibrahima Diop as the whistle blows here.
Good defense there by Corridon. But, once again, if you can find a person that can score 10, 12, 15 goals for you in a short season, they're probably going to be snapped up pretty quickly by somebody else or maybe a higher level team, because goal scorers are tough to come by. And it's just one of those things. It's really rare. If you can find somebody that has that nose for the back of the net, they're just a big-time player.
Truly can be an art form. Here's Taylor in the back. I'd say most of the possession with RCNJ here in the first half, but nothing to show for it. 0-0, 28th minute.
When you talk about your job here, who's on the ball, you see where he's dropping now to kind of get the ball and get in possession. He's so deep right now, and he's the guy that scored all those goals you talked about. He's been so good, but he's just dropping so much further back and back and back right now into this game to get on the ball, and they need him up top to score, and it's just been really tough now.
This is Muhammad. And Lehigh Valley United, overlapping run. There's the shot. It's blocked by Taylor. Leggett trying to box out. Has possession. Can he get it to Bruno? Diop, good touch. One more would be welcome. And does muscle it through to Brunau. Leggett.
Yeah, it's tough. The play just kind of thing. You see that run coming on the inside there instead of on the overlap, and there's just the kind of play breaks down there. And
as this ball headed away, Walter Barreto on the field. Corridon cheating up, lost the ball. And trying to escape some pressure, Lehigh Valley United, they're able to do so.
Yeah, I think, Jop, when he first started, he was going to be number 25 on this team, but he picked up number 48 in honor of one of his favorite coaches, me. But, he just kidding. I think he's one of these guys, as you see a sub come in here, as I think Muhammad's day is done here for Lehigh Valley. I think he tried to go as number 17 goes off and 7 comes on. I think he tried to go, and I think the coaches just said, listen, you know what, let's protect you here a little bit. There's a lot of games left, so have to make the sub pretty early. You get a lot of subs in this, so.
Yeah, definitely smarter thing to do to have
replacing number 7, Bilal Muhammad.
Bilal Muhammad step out.
It's tough because you want him to stay on and you want him to be able to do some stuff. Obviously he's been the danger guy for this team, but obviously you also don't want to risk him getting a longer term injury with hamstrings. I mean, like I said, they're a little bit tricky, so just get him out, get somebody else on, and see if you can continue, not have to change the shape or whatever here.
So Jacob Gear on the pitch now for Lehigh Valley United. As Corridon finds this ball, then unable to connect in the midfield. Has Wesley Leggett there to back him up. Leggett working his way into the corner, trying to leave it off for Diop. Looking for a foul, whistle silent. Throw in Lehigh Valley.
Got to just play there, try to stay on your feet. I think the ref's done a pretty good job tonight, allowing some of the play to go on and giving some fouls when he has to, but you got to try to stay on your feet there and get in on the attack. This game's a little bit in the last 5-6 minutes. It's kind of died down a little bit. We had some attacking chances for both in that last 5 minutes, but over the next 5 to 7 minutes here, it's just kind of been a battle here in the middle of the pitch. Both teams really struggling to get much going right now.
This is Taylor. 33rd minute, no score. Both teams feeling each other out in the first half an hour of play. Ethan Shaw trying to quickly touch that down to Justin Brunau. And we've had a lot of potential chances, but nobody really putting a good shot on goal. Could change here. Wesley Leggett. One more with him. Puts it on, puts it in. Goal, RCNJ.
That was all made by Ibrahim Ajap. We're just about to talk about how he's dropping deeper to get the ball. That's why he's getting the ball. You want him on the ball. He gets the ball there basically in his own half and just drives through their midfield and their defense. And see the replay here. I mean, it's a fantastic ball. You want him on the ball. Skins his defender and just plays a great ball in there.
And that's a good finish.
Yeah, that's a good job getting around the keeper. And the defender almost did a really good job recovering there and getting back to knock it off. But all made by Jop there. And what a fantastic pass from him. That's, once again, when you see him dropping deeper to get on the ball, that's why he's doing it. You want him on the ball running at the defense. You just want him to be a little bit further up when he's doing it. And there you see he got the ball right around mid-pitch. And basically 3 strides later, it's it's a pass and a goal.
So Wesley Leggett scores the goal from Ibrahima Diop as they announce it here.
By number 29, Wesley Leggett.
4th goal of the season for Leggett.
Number 48, Ibrahima Diop.
I think that's big for RCNJ here to get the lead in the first half. I think last game, it was a really even game, but they were just trailing. They were always behind. They were a goal down. They scored right at halftime. They fell a goal down. They scored a minute later, but they were never in the lead. To get in the lead here against a team that gives up goals could be big, 'cause now they have to push some players forward. And with basically their main offensive threat out of the game as well now.
So things trending in the right direction for RCNJ, but still have to take advantage. See if they can build on the momentum that they just created. It's Diop now. He's got a chance. Diop shoots and scores. That went down. The ref did not call it. Now they do. It's a goal for Leggett. Excuse me, for Diop.
That is unbelievable. What a goal. Wow.
And we're going to get another look.
This is why you want him. This is where you want him on the ball. What a fantastic goal.
Ibrahima Diop. What a couple minutes. A beautiful assist. And then that goal to end his scoring drought, which we were just talking about.
Yeah, you know, he's a special player. But you get him on the ball. You get him running at defenders, and that's what can happen. It's tough because he's so fast. He's big. He's strong. He's quick. He's tricky on the ball. And there, you're running at a defender, and the defender isn't going to do. You're going to go past him, and all of a sudden, he just, you know, from about 20 yards out, curls it into the top corner there, just off the crossbar and in, with an unbelievable goal. That could be goal of the week for the USL2.
Sure could be.
Maybe pushing that on Twitter this week, because that's fantastic. And that's the other thing it does now, 2-0 up in the span of about 3 minutes. It gives RCNJ now has to go on and really kind of turn the screw here and see if they can get another goal before halftime, and then maybe get the goal difference up.
So 2 goals for RCNJ. Leggett and Diop involved in both of them. I was hoping, Sean, that they were going to come to us for the replay technology, because we had a clear look on the replay of that ball hitting the crossbar, dropping down just over the goal line, pretty much as close as you can get.
Yeah, I'll tell you, you know, the AR on the other side did a really good job of giving the goal. He's down there even with the last defender. So, you know, so it's tough. Those are tough, you know, especially without VAR. It's tough in real time to see that. And it didn't go over the line by much, but it was definitely over the line. And
let's take another look.
Yeah, I mean, you see it here. Oh, it bounced off the stanchion in the back. So, man, that's a fantastic goal. I mean, it's just he's just so talented. I mean, we still covering them, Pennington for NJ.com, and just doing so many games when they were, you know, ranked number 4 in the country and number 1 in the country, and just seeing what he could do on the pitch is just unbelievable. Wherever he goes next, definitely getting a special player.
Played at UConn. Gonna play at Grand Canyon University next year. You said 2-time first team All-America.
Yeah,
he scored 59 goals in 2 seasons for the Pennington Red Raiders.
Yeah, I'll never forget what Coach Chad Bridges said when he went over. He said, "Listen, man, you know, I've had some good players. You wait till you see this kid, and it's just amazing. 2-time area player of the year for me. And the best thing about him too is he's like the nicest kid in the world. He's really friendly. He's from Senegal, so you know, he came in here and he learned the language really quickly, and he's just a really good kid, and he does well in school. So big-time player, Grand Canyon next year.
So RCNJ really easing the tension now with a 2-goal lead. But look out, here's Ethan Shaw with good defense to get back. And now it's Blacker who has to play safety and just launch it away. Comes into the possession of Lehigh Valley United. The goal from Wesley Leggett from Ibrahima Diop. And then Leggett returning the favor, feeding Diop.
Looked like a foul there.
About 3 minutes later.
You see how they're set up now, RCNJ here, and you see Job dropping deeper again, but they're just set up to break on the counter, and that's not good news for Lehigh Valley because this team has some pace.
I think this is probably what RCNJ is built to do: score early, and they're very strong in the back, very strong between the pipes.
Good defensive midfield with Borden and Shaw, and really pacey players on the outside.
Here's a shot, and that one goes in past Blacker. What a shot and score for Lehigh Valley United. And don't go anywhere. We got ourselves a ball game as Lehigh Valley United gets one back.
Yeah, that's a great goal. I mean, it's really tough for RCNJ right now. You don't want to give up a goal in the last 5 minutes of the first half after you take a lead like that. And it really looked like you see the thing here. It looked kind of like a little bit of an innocuous shot here, and he slipped as he hit it. And I don't know if Blacker slipped on the play, but it just got past him. You know, I know he was going. It looked like he was maybe going the wrong way a little bit and might have slipped on the turf. But you know, it's a tough goal to give up right now. You see here, and now RCNJ really needs to get to halftime with a lead. You know, if 2-1, 3-1, whatever it is, they have to get to halftime with the lead. You just kind of deflates the place a little bit here with that goal, but still with a 2-1 lead.
Zachary Makuta officially getting the goal scorer.
Yeah, it was just a
Lehigh Valley United goal scored by number 16, Zachary Makuta.
It was just a
Assisted by number 6, Ryan Custer.
strange goal there. There wasn't much to it, but it went in. And it's 2-1 now, and it's 43rd minute here.
So that's actually Douglas Goita who scored, the center attacking mid.
It's a tough goal to give up right at that point. You just
got all the momentum, right?
All the momentum. You're 5 minutes from halftime with a 2-0 lead in a game. You really, you know, at this point you're 2-0 up. You have to win, and then you give up that goal, and you know, Lehigh Valley goes into halftime like, listen, we're right back in the game. It gives us a lot of confidence. It's basically, you know, the same thing that happened last game for RCNJ. They got dominated in the first half, and they got a penalty right at the end of stoppage time there and scored to make it 1-1, and it changed the entire game. It ended up a draw 2-2 after they were dominated there.
So here's Leggett. Good defense by Lehigh Valley United, trying to steal some of that momentum back. They might have already done so. Ewan Forrest with the defensive play, and now United with the switch. Got it on Nick Allen's foot. Dangerous player for Lehigh Valley, but he commits the foul.
The good thing for RCNJ going into halftime is with a lead 2-1, it doesn't change much of what Coach Snyder's probably going to talk about, because they played well at times. They still want to play on the counterattack in the second half. They're still going to drop a little bit deeper. You see Diop maybe get back here, get on the ball, and they still want Brunel and Leggett and Jop to be running at pace at the defenders. So it's not going to change much in regards to that. But, 2-1 is a lot different score than 2-0.
Harrison Taylor, a little shoulder shove there. Foul called.
He's claiming the ball was out.
Let's take another look.
I have to see. I think it might have been out. No, that's tough to see there. I mean, the linesman's right on top of it, so.
Card did come out.
Yeah, give him a card for that.
Welcome back, Harrison Taylor.
It's a tough card there. It's kind of just, just really a foul. It's really his first foul of the game. I don't know what they're talking about here. He's talking to the AR, maybe asking if the ball went out of bounds. It's tough. It was close. It might have gone out of bounds here.
Yeah.
Throw in, yep.
How about that?
So is he giving does the card get taken away then?
That's a good question.
The card has to get rescinded if it's a throw-in.
I don't know. Because the contact still happened. It's a great question. We don't have an official up here in the booth to answer it for us.
Have to find that out at halftime because it doesn't. It's not given as a foul.
No, and it affects the game as you've got a player who's got to play quite physical. And what's going to be defensive battle for RCNJ trying to protect this 1-goal lead moving forward. Harrison Taylor tentatively with that yellow card, even though the call went his way. Here's a shot. Blacker looked confident that it was going over the cage, and it did. And there's the whistle for halftime.
Try to get on that call there at half and see if that yellow was rescinded, but we'll have we'll have it for you when we get back.
Hey, we'll take a break here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. We'll come back, start of the second half. We'll come back with some replays. The 3 goals that we saw. It's 2-1 RCNJ. Diop and Leggett, the 2 goal scorers for RCNJ. Stick with us.
Sponsors, including our inaugural season presenting sponsor, Princeton Orthopedic Associates. With 6 offices right here in Central Jersey, you can get the best care right near home. Princeton Orthopedic Associates, expert care delivered in your community. Go to PrincetonOrthopedic.com to schedule a consultation. For whatever commercial or residential construction needs you have, contact Sebastiano Nini Builders. From start to finish, Sebastiano Nini Builders can get the job done. Find them at ninibuilds.com. And we thank Cars Index. Let Cars Index show you how easy it is to buy a late model car. Cars Index friendly and knowledgeable sales staff are ready to help you find the car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. If you own your car or even lease it, they'll buy it from you. See their virtual showroom at carsindex.com. Ewing Sports is the official kit supplier of Real Central NJ Soccer. Need cleats, kits, or training gear? Find all that you need at Ewing Sports Showroom on Lower Ferry Road in Ewing, or find them online at ewingsports.com. Are you a small or medium-sized business in need of help with strategy, branding, marketing, and advertising? Contact Metamorphosis Agency. Plan, transform, thrive with Metamorphosis at metamorphosis.agency. Also thanks to the Buxton Complex on Lower Ferry Road in Ewing for all your moving, storage, planting, furniture, U-Haul, or backyard structure needs. The Buxton Complex has it all. Visit the Buxton Complex on Lower Ferry Road and tell them Real Central NJ Soccer sent you. Get rid of those muscle aches and pains at McHugh Chiropractic, the official chiropractic partner of Real Central NJ Soccer. Find McHugh Chiropractic at colonialvalleychiro.com. Craving pizza or salad before or after a match? If so, go to DiLorenzo's Pizza on Sloan Avenue in Hamilton for the best pizza around and tell them Real Central NJ Soccer sent you. That's DiLorenzo's Pizza on Sloan Avenue in Hamilton. Finally, thanks to Little King's Sandwich Shop on Route 33 in Hamilton Square. Hoagies, clubs, Reubens, subs, plus salads and sides. When you want a sandwich, go to Little King's Sandwich Shop. Real Central NJ thanks all our sponsors, including our inaugural season presenting sponsor, Princeton Orthopedic Associates. With 6 offices right here in Central Jersey, you can get the best care right near home. Princeton Orthopedic Associates, expert care delivered in your community. Go to PrincetonOrthopedic.com to schedule a consultation. For whatever commercial or residential construction needs you have, contact Sebastiano Nini Builders. From start to finish, Sebastiano Nini Builders can get the job done. Find them at ninibuilds.com. And we thank Cars Index. Let Cars Index show you how easy it is to buy a late model car. Cars Index friendly and knowledgeable sales staff are ready to help you find the car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. If you own your car or even lease it, they'll buy it from you. See their virtual showroom at carsindex.com. Ewing Sports is the official kit supplier of Real Central NJ Soccer. Need cleats, kits, or training gear? Find all that you need at Ewing Sports Showroom on Lower Ferry Road in Ewing, or find them online at ewingsports.com. Are you a small or medium-sized business in need of help with strategy, branding, marketing, and advertising? Contact Metamorphosis Agency. Plan, transform, thrive with Metamorphosis at metamorphosis.agency. Also thanks to the Buxton Complex on Lower Ferry Road in Ewing for all your moving, storage, planting, furniture, U-Haul, or backyard structure needs. The Buxton Complex has it all. Visit the Buxton Complex on Lower Ferry Road and tell them Real Central NJ Soccer sent you. Get rid of those muscle aches and pains at McHugh Chiropractic, the official chiropractic partner of Real Central NJ Soccer. Find McHugh Chiropractic at colonialvalleychiro.com. Craving pizza or salad before or after a match? If so, go to DiLorenzo's Pizza on Sloan Avenue in Hamilton for the best pizza around and tell them Real Central NJ Soccer sent you. That's DiLorenzo's Pizza on Sloan Avenue in Hamilton. Finally, thanks to Little King's Sandwich Shop on Route 33 in Hamilton Square. Hoagies, clubs, Reubens, subs, plus salads and sides. When you want a sandwich, go to Little King's Sandwich Shop. Central NJ thanks all our sponsors, including our inaugural season presenting sponsor, Princeton Orthopedic Associates. With 6 offices right here in Central Jersey, you can get the best care right near home. Princeton Orthopedic Associates, expert care delivered in your community. Go to PrincetonOrthopedic.com to schedule a consultation. For whatever commercial or residential construction needs you have, contact Sebastiano Nini Builders. From start to finish, Sebastiano Nini Builders can get the job done. Find them at ninibuilds.com. And we thank Cars Index. Let Cars Index show you how easy it is to buy a late model car. Cars Index friendly and knowledgeable sales staff are ready to help you find the car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. If you own your car or even lease it, they'll buy it from you. See their virtual showroom at carsindex.com. Ewing Sports is the official kit supplier of Real Central NJ Soccer. Need cleats, kits, or training gear? Find all that you need at Ewing Sports Showroom on Lower Ferry Road in Ewing, or find them online at ewingsports.com. Are you a small or medium-sized business in need of help with strategy, branding, marketing, and advertising? Contact Metamorphosis Agency. Plan, transform, thrive with Metamorphosis at metamorphosis.agency. Also thanks to the Buxton Complex on Lower Ferry Road in Ewing. For all your moving, storage, planting, furniture, U-Haul, or backyard structure needs, the Buxton Complex has it all. Visit the Buxton Complex on Lower Ferry Road and tell them Real Central NJ Soccer sent you. Get rid of those muscle aches and pains at McHugh Chiropractic, the official chiropractic partner of Real Central NJ Soccer. Find McHugh Chiropractic at colonialvalleychiro.com. Craving pizza or salad before or after a match? If so, go to Di Lorenzo's Pizza on Sloan Avenue in Hamilton for the best pizza around, and tell them Real Central NJ Soccer sent you. That's Di Lorenzo's Pizza on Sloan Avenue in Hamilton. Finally, thanks to Little King Sandwich Shop on Route 33 in Hamilton Square. Hoagies, clubs, Reubens, subs, plus salads and sides. When you want a sandwich, go to Little King Sandwich Shop. Real Central NJ thanks all our sponsors, including our inaugural season presenting sponsor, Princeton Orthopedic Associates. With 6 offices right here in Central Jersey, you can get the best care right near home. Princeton Orthopedic Associates, expert care delivered in your community. Go to PrincetonOrthopedic.com to schedule a consultation. For whatever commercial or residential construction needs you have, contact Sebastiano Nini Builders. From start to finish, Sebastiano Nini Builders can get the job done. Find them at ninibuilds.com. And we thank Cars Index. Let Cars Index show you how easy it is to buy a late model car. Cars Index friendly and knowledgeable sales staff are ready to help you find the car you deserve, priced to fit your budget. If you own your car or even lease it, they'll buy it from you. See their virtual showroom at carsindex.com. Ewing Sports is the official kit supplier of Real Central NJ Soccer. Need cleats, kits, or training gear? Find all that you need at Ewing Sports Showroom on Lower Ferry Road in Ewing, or find them online at ewingsports.com. Are you a small or medium-sized business in need of help with strategy, branding, marketing, and advertising? Contact Metamorphosis Agency. Plan, transform, thrive with Metamorphosis at metamorphosis.agency. Also thanks to the Buxton Complex on Lower Ferry Road in Ewing. For all your moving, storage, planting, furniture, U-Haul, or backyard structure needs, the Buxton Complex has it all. Visit the Buxton Complex on Lower Ferry Road and tell them Real Central NJ Soccer sent you. Get rid of those muscle aches and pains at McHugh Chiropractic, the official chiropractic partner of Real Central NJ Soccer. Find McHugh Chiropractic at colonialvalleychiro.com. Craving pizza or salad before or after a match? If so, go to DiLorenzo's Pizza on Sloan Avenue in Hamilton for the best pizza around and tell them Real Central NJ Soccer sent you. That's DiLorenzo's Pizza on Sloan Avenue in Hamilton. Finally, thanks to Little King Sandwich Shop on Route 33 in Hamilton Square. Hoagies, clubs, Reubens, subs, plus salads and sides. When you want a sandwich, go to Little King Sandwich Shop.
All right, we welcome you back here to Mercer County Community College. Start of the second half. RCNJ versus Lehigh Valley United. Simon Rosenwasser here alongside Sean Miller. Glad you're here with us. A 2-1 advantage for RCNJ. Wesley Leggett and Ibrahima Diop, the 2 goal scorers for RCNJ. And for Lehigh Valley United, Ethan Goida, the goal scorer.
We talked in the first half about the incoming rain, and as you see on the camera, it's starting to come down a little bit here. I think it's going to be intermittent rain here for the rest of the half, but fortunately, it doesn't look like there's going to be any thunderstorms, so escape that. So
the shot comes on to Blacker, and he's able to make the save cleanly. We'll say, I think both of us were goaltenders at one point in our heyday. My favorite games to play were the ones that were in the rain. You can throw your body all around, but even saves like that, you just saw Blacker a little bit tentative, bringing that ball in, kind of unsure of how slippery the ball's going to be when it hits you.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, they have the gloves now that are just extra sticky, but yeah, you just, you know, in shots like that, you just want to get your body behind it and just make sure it doesn't, you know, go through your hands. But it does. It makes it tricky, especially on the shots that skip off the ground in front of you. You know, those kind of line drives that dip. Those shots are tough because they're going to skip. Yeah, it's always interesting to play in the rain. And it's cooling off a little bit here. It's you know, fortunately it's not like Las Vegas or Death Valley where it's 125 degrees. It's you know, it's in the high 70s here, so not too bad here.
RCNJ moves left to right this time. It's Diop who scored a gorgeous goal. Gorgeous is an understatement for Diop with what he did in the first half. Bring that ball in.
Great.
And nothing on that possession, though.
Great assist as well. And just to clarify, we got some talked to the referee at halftime, and the card will stay on the play on the sidelines because it was for the conduct. Doesn't matter if the ball was out of bounds, he still kind of shoved them out of bounds there, so they're going to keep that yellow card. So
Harrison Taylor, the guilty party. So Taylor playing with a yellow card, still on the field. No subs yet for RCNJ, but we have seen one already for Lehigh Valley United. Probably wasn't a voluntary sub as Bilal Muhammad came up lame on a play, battled through it for 5 or 10 minutes and then ultimately taken out.
Yeah, and I think that was a tough injury for them, obviously, at the time. And down 2-0, they got one back, and it doesn't change their shape. Lehigh Valley is going to still stay in that basic. It's a 4-5-1 that they're playing, but it could morph into a 4-3-3 going forward. So basically, same shape when the sub comes on. So
this is Jack Borden. The rain continuing to pick up in intensity. This is Barlow getting it out wide. The save made. Good one by McLean.
Yeah, I think the one thing that you want to be you want to be in the lead when the weather comes in and the conditions get a little bit tough. The wind a little bit has picked up, and the rain is coming down. With a lead, you can counter, and you already know you have two on the scoreboard. So it's just where that once again that goal right before halftime could end up being pivotal for Lehigh Valley.
There's Diop going up the middle, looking for Leggett. That's been the dynamic duo today. First goal scored by Leggett from Ibrahima Diop. Second goal scored by Diop from Wesley Leggett.
Two great passes.
As coming in is Bleedy. And now Barreto loses possession. This is Custer couldn't get it through with Jack Borden there. Leggett holding up, and he lost his footing. Slicker and slicker turf.
Yeah, it's getting tough out there. You can tell they're struggling a little bit with the turf cleats. We're going to have to get our intern, Brian Rowe, over here to get the squeegee out in the windows in front of us here as the rain starts to come in sideways.
Lehigh Valley trying to get on the attack. It does get its way through to Zachary Makuta.
I think that the one thing that goal does as well, you can just see Lehigh Valley. They're not pressing. You can just play your game here. And, a goal tied up. I mean, if you're down 2 goals, you got to start pressing pretty quickly after the break.
Great ball, which leads to a chance. Blacker forced to make a one-handed save. Strong chance from the top of the 18. And Blacker on his game so far here in the second half.
I'm not sure. It looked like it might have taken a little bit of a deflection there. And
let's take a look at this replay once again.
Just a weird spin on the ball. Maybe not. Just with the water maybe in the rain. But great job, one-handed save there. And now they have to get their shape back and deal with this corner.
Good chance for Lehigh Valley United, but cut off at the front of the 6. Leggett did enough to body his defender, and Diop's behind him. Here's Ibrahima Diop. Found an open man in Brunau, and that ball deflected just wide of the near post.
Yeah, and once again, the thing you do not want to see if you're Lehigh Valley is Ibrahima Diop in space running at you. And I think you see he cuts in there, and instead of taking the shot with the 3 defenders around him, he makes the pass, and they get a corner out of it. Once he cut in there, the defender had recovered enough, and he had 3 guys around him, so I think the angle was cut down there. So laying it off and trying to get a shot out of it was the right play there.
Lefty outswinging ball, looking for Taylor, and they did connect. Now check that. In the middle was Jack Borden. Goes off, and now we've got substitutions here. And one for RCNJ. Christian Corridon will step onto the pitch and replace Wesley Leggett. So we'll have both Corridons,
Substitution for Real
the
Central
Haitian
NJ.
twins.
Now into the match, number 11, Christian Corridon. Replacing number 29, Wesley Leggett.
So Leggett comes off the pitch, and Corridon stepping into an offensive role.
Interesting sub there. I don't know if Leggett had an issue or if they just want to change up the attack. But, you know, with a goal and an assist, and obviously with the pace that's been challenging the Lehigh Valley defense, maybe just trying to get another look here from Coach Snyder.
Be another throw for Christopher Corridon. And the Haitian American twins, Christian and Christopher, both training with the 50-man provisional Olympic qualifying roster for Haiti. With Christian, who just stepped onto the pitch, named to Haiti's Futsal World Cup roster. And at the start of the RCNJ season, that's where Christian was, competing for his home country.
It was interesting watching some of those games on TV, and futsal's fantastic. I don't know if watched too much of it. It's just it's so fast. It's a great game.
So impressive.
Yeah, and it's they were playing down there, and there were some big upsets. Mexico lost, and he was talking about how they'd taken the floor right after that loss. And it was just kind of amazing to see.
Barreto on the ball here. Goes far post. Comes down, and it's blasted over the cage. Was a great opportunity for a volley.
And just got under it a little bit. Really there, and you just want to see here. He just leans back. He's leaning back when he hits it. You just want to really put it on net there, and it doesn't have to put your foot through it and blast the back of the net.
Steal here. Here's Corridon. Ball defended away, but still with RCNJ. There's another volley attempt, and this one off the side of the left foot by Sergio Aguinaga. Here comes the rain a little bit harder now, and you can really feel it on the pitch.
It's drizzle for the next hour, as they say, except in this spot where it's pouring. You can hear it. Yeah, it's amazing, and you see it on the cameras. A lot of times it's tough. I mean, you don't see that, light rain. When it gets to be like this, you could see it on the cameras, right. And it's tough to play in right now. This is challenging right now. It's coming down.
The visibility tough, if not the surface being tough to play on. This is Blacker blasting with Diop running on. Comes down to Shaw in the middle, and now Brunau. A lot of space to bring it middle. Found Corridon. Christian, big goal scorer. He deflects it out, wins a corner. Second leading goal scorer for Real Central New Jersey. Christian Corridon coming in as a sub and winning another opportunity for Central NJ.
Yeah, and they've come out here after halftime now and really started to assert themselves again. These set pieces, and once again in the rain, these set pieces could be big.
Diop came to cut it off, and then this ball blasted into the side of the net. No angle. Had a bounce for a goal kick. Two to 1, 58th minute. And they'll play keeper to keeper. Here comes Blacker.
That's the one thing, too, that you see once again. That ball skips, so the keepers have to be on their toes there for any of these balls that are coming through from one end of the pitch to the other. they're gonna run a little bit more, skip to you. So come out and get that, and don't have to have your defenders on the ball there.
Harrison Taylor in the back. And Ethan Shaw working himself through the midfield. Another ball skipping a little too far in front of Christian Cordon, and that ball will kick off the flag, go out for a 6. Christian Cordon, 4-year career at Robert Morris University. Him and his brother, both local products from Hightstown. Scored 3 goals, did Christian, in college.
You see those balls, though, now that we're doing well in the first half, the through balls, some of the balls over the top, you have to maybe switch that up now because that's not going to work as much here on the really slick surface.
Whistle blown against Lehigh Valley United. It's on the sub, Jacob Gear. He's the one who replaced Bilal Muhammad in the first half. RCNJ has got to find that fine balance of protecting a lead, keeping your foot on the gas pedal, and not necessarily playing just to protect that lead. You have to take your chances. As a 1-goal lead, probably not too safe.
Yeah, I think they're going to need another goal here.
And here's Cordon. The defender comes back to Bleedy. Kelly Bleedy for Ethan Shaw, right at that Mercer County Community College logo. Brunau, always with a high motor. Now Borden, back to Brunau. Diop spins free in the box. Oh, he almost had a head on the far post. It would have been gorgeous. But it goes all the way through, stays in the field of play. RCNJ still with a chance. Comes down, here's a shot, wide.
Yeah, RCNJ is the ones that have really been able to take advantage of this last 10-minute period in this rain. It's a great chance there. Another fantastic ball from Diop. Looked like Bruno got fouled. The ref played advantage, allowed the play to go, and RCNJ almost got a goal out of it. So,
let's take a look at a real quick. Look at this. Look at this pass by Diop.
Yeah, that's a great ball. Just
it's Cordon there in the middle, almost connecting with it. Substitution here is the reason for the holdup, as coming into the game for Lehigh Valley United, Christopher Schrey, and he replaces the left midfielder Michael Tahiru. Blacker in the back. 63rd minute. Close contest. 2 goals in the first half for RCNJ. The 32nd minute, and I think three minutes later they put the second goal in. And Lehigh Valley United, 4 minutes after the second one, tallying one back, and it's 2-1. So all 3 goals coming within that 10-minute span in the first half.
And you see if that sub that just came on is an attacking sub for Lehigh Valley. See if they have to start maybe trying to go for it and change formations a little bit here. The 4-5-1 is pretty defensive, so maybe taking out a defensive midfielder and putting someone a little bit further forward here.
Two subs still in the back pocket for Pat Snyder's Real Central, New Jersey. Cordon fighting on the far side. And Brunau It's the benefit of the doubt with that call. Throw in for RCNJ. Even on throws like that, Sean, you put the ball in the air on a surface like this, you're asking for trouble. Lehigh Valley United almost turned it into something. But it's Ethan Shaw who clears the danger, and down to Barreto. Diop did all he could here on the near side.
Yeah, it's once again, I mean, it's starting to slow down a little bit, but the field is going to be slick, and it's tough to play in this.
Totally different game. Lehigh Valley United trying to get something going here. Down by a goal. Comes down to Christopher Schrey. Out of the pack comes Barreto, springing Corridon. United on their horse. It's Jalen Walters. Went back defensively to play it to his keeper. And Lance McGrain. And here's McGrain with the ball at his feet. Commit to Michigan State University.
For Lehigh Valley
Future
United.
Big Ten goalkeeper.
Number 19, Jalen Walters.
I think that's the one thing
Number
you'll
12,
see here
Patrick Adams.
with the weather. The defenders are going to
And number
maybe not
18,
take as
Christopher
many
Schrey.
chances with the ball. They're just going to
Replacing number
maybe
6,
get it
Brian
and boot it up
Custer.
the pitch
Number 16,
instead of
Zachary
trying to play
Makuta.
around there. You see the
And number
RCNJ has been
10,
doing that
Michael
here for
Tahiri.
most of the second half in the rain. You don't want to be messing around with the ball right around your goal.
Bruno in the direction of Diop. And it'll go out of bounds for a goal kick. So McGrain, the 6-yard kick. All-state selection in 2020, so also a young gun for Holy Redeemer in the Wilkes-Barre, PA area. All-state, to be clear, in Pennsylvania. We talk about all-state selections, and we've done that today for Real Central New Jersey, and that's, of course, in New Jersey.
Yeah, and you're going to play a Big Ten school. He's going to be a pretty good keeper. Big Ten soccer is really, really good.
Yeah, his brother, also a goaltender, recently signing on to play for the Tampa Bay Rowdies after a successful college career with South Carolina. So you got D1 soccer in his blood. Here's Corridon, knocked off the ball by the substitute. And Jalen Walters already made a couple of defensive plays. Oh, good piece of skill there at midfield. Ooh. And Corridon, Christopher Corridon, comes in to break it up. Whistle blows. It was advantage played for Real Central New Jersey. And a kick for them.
Yeah, the defenders on both teams have been doing a very good job. Last-ditch defending there, and really just both teams keeping the rest of their side in it. 2-1 here, and you could see this going either way at this point. Maybe even a draw.
Two-thirds of the way through regulation in this one, 67th minute. A little more than two-thirds. Searching ball, as coming onto it was Zachary Barry. Stays in play. And Ibrahima Diop. Can tell the confidence that Diop has been playing with since that first assist on the first goal of the game for Real Central New Jersey. Diop has been certainly the standout player for this RCNJ team.
Yeah, playing that attacking midfield role. And once again, you see him dropping deep to get the ball. A la Wayne Rooney at the number 10 position.
Corridon with a whistle blowing.
It's a tough call.
Doesn't like it.
Yeah, I think that's almost a play on there. I think both players were grabbing. But it's over now. You got to regroup. See Walter Barretto's day done.
Substitution for
Night
Real
as it is
Central
now.
NJ. Now on for the pitch, number 17, Chase Orvos.
So you may have just heard Jace Orvos coming
From
in
number 10, Walter Barretto.
to replace Barretto. Orvos, attacker from Belmead, New Jersey, and a player at Penn State. I believe we also have a Nittany Lion on the Lehigh Valley side.
Comes the rain coming in again. These intermittent bands that keep coming through.
They're coming down a little more heavily as this ball comes into the possession of Lehigh Valley.
Good for my hot peppers and my tomatoes, but not great for soccer.
Especially on this turf. It's Corridon trying to steal. Good calm play from Lehigh Valley United. By the way, it's Ben Liscombe, the other player, heading to Penn State. Already plays at Penn State. I don't believe we've seen Liscombe in this game, a key player throughout the season for Lehigh Valley United. He is not playing, and he's logged a lot of minutes for United. It's a story we didn't recognize early, but no Liscombe in the match for this squad.
Yeah, it's tough when you have to play these. They'll have these weeks where you play Wednesday, Saturday, Wednesday, Sunday, whatever it is, and it's 90 minutes, 180 minutes in 3 days is really tough for these kids. So for men, so it's you might see him at some point here, but.
Well, you wonder if he's even here, to be honest. He's from Lewisburg, which is about an hour from Penn State, so it's even further than the Lehigh Valley. So he's got about an hour trip to get to the Lehigh Valley when he's playing with United.
Yeah, they might have just told him, listen, you know what, you played the other day, just take a rest and don't worry about traveling here.
Save yourself the 3.5-hour drive.
Yeah. It's amazing the teams in this league, Northern Virginia, and some of the players come from all over the Northeast.
Ball got on ahead of the big man and Jalen Walters. Best chance we've seen in the last few minutes for Lehigh Valley United, but RCNJ able to weather the storm, so to speak.
Weather the storm.
71st minute.
I always don't you ever think it's interesting that guy Hurricane Schwartz became a meteorologist? Like, his name is Hurricane and became a meteorologist. It's just amazing.
I would think one probably followed the other. I think he just went by Glenn until he got his first job. Yeah, but he's a staple, NBC 10.
Yeah, my man. He's always ready for that hurricane season. We're already a tropical storm already in Louisiana, and we might get that rain next week for some of these matches midweek, next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it's amazing.
One thing about the weathermen, certainly in these days, is we're all weathermen. You look at your smartphone, you look at the radar, we can all see if the rain's coming or not.
Exactly. It's one thing, when we covered the Trenton Thunder I covered it from 2015 basically to 2020, and they have this app, and it could tell you, the umpires have, it could tell you to the second when it's going to start raining and when it's going to stop raining. It is unbelievable.
Did it tell you when the
paid app? Oh, it's amazing.
Did it tell you when the thunder was coming?
Yes, it did. It's amazing. That stuff is crazy. The radar. And the old joke was, if they got it right 3 days out of 10, they were fantastic. But now, I mean, it's you can basically tell what's coming to a minute.
I will say for Glenn Hurricane Schwartz to be as good as he is at his job, we're getting a little off track here, but it's a performance industry, and he does a great job performing what everybody knows is the weather.
Yeah,
you got to keep that interesting. As Blacker comes in, makes the save, settles down his squad, and Sean, I think we're getting to the point where you can see Real Central New Jersey taking a little bit more time to put balls back in play.
Yeah, and I think we're going to get to the point as well here where Lehigh Valley might start to throw some more numbers forward. There's still, 17 minutes plus stoppage time, so you still got, almost 20 minutes left. But, you got to try to get back in this and get a goal here. So I would expect them to start throwing some more numbers forward.
Blacker just going to let this one another extra couple seconds go by before he covers up.
We talked about that before, though, with the wet and surface and the ball skipping. That's where, as an attacker, you have to follow the shot and make sure you stay on side and follow the shot because there could be an opportunity for a tap in there.
On the foot of Dia. Looking for Corridon. See the two of them having a conversation before that ball was sprung by Dia, but good defense by Lehigh Valley. Jack Borden. Been active. Here's Jack Borden, actually. And that was Jace Orvos in the midfield challenging. Retreating Sergio Aguinaga. And Aguinaga going down in a heap of pain.
I'll tell you, it makes a huge difference with Borden and midfield next to Shaw. I talked about this earlier in the match instead of at the center back position because he can he can carry the ball up, and he's also a shield in front of those center backs. See a yellow card come out here.
Yellow card did come out. By the way, we didn't get a chance to do this earlier, so let's do it now. Our player to watch, Justin Brunau, number 26 for Real Central New Jersey, leading the team in assists this year. And just a fun player to watch. He's one of those players, he's on the ball when he's got it, just by the way that he glides through the pitch. First team All-Area, second team All-State in high school. Yeah. Played for LaSalle Soccer in 2020.
He was definitely one of my old area guys, playing at Steiner, part of that really good Steiner team that really played Pennington tough twice in the Mercer County tournament. They gave Pennington a lot of problems both times. Pennington ended up winning, obviously, because they haven't lost the county title in a long time. I like to tell Chad I got him started because he beat me in the 2012 final when I was at TCA and he was at Pennington. That was his first win. So he needs to credit me for some of his success there.
Here is Brunau trying to spring Corridon. Knocked out of bounds.
Brunau's been really good, though, as an outlet on that side. And the other day, he started on the right, or started on the left, went to the right to the start of the second half and was causing problems on that side. And then late in the game, switched back to the other side, back on the right, and then had the assist from that right-hand side. Kind of cutting in and then was cutting it back on his left foot and looping it in. So he's a danger man on both sides of the pitch.
Working its way to the far side. It's Ethan Shaw on the ball, and RCNJ content to play some possession here with their back third players. Jack Borden springing it ahead. Right on Diop. And Ibrahima Diop just missed.
That was a chance there to bury it. What a ball from Borden. The two Pennington teammates, and you see him just skip past the defender there. And really's got to go left foot there. Left foot tapping into the bottom corner, goes right foot and hooks it past the post. But that's the chance there to basically win the match. So you'll see here, I think that's what you're going to get. You're going to get some chances as Lehigh Valley starts to push forward, and that's where the space is going to be, as you see Jop calling for the ball there. The space is going to be in the middle of the pitch.
Playing center field is Diop. He dummies it. Brunau's there. Justin Brunau, little stutter, and then blasts it over. Tell you what, though, Ibrahima Diop, he's becoming probably the biggest story for RCNJ this game. Talk about his scoring drought. And the confidence that he is playing with, his touches on point, and that last replay was evident of that point.
Yeah,
The knock on with his shoulder, and then the beautiful touch to spring himself for a chance. Just the left foot was the only thing missing.
you can see, I mean, he's the guy in the middle. He's the creative player, and he helps the, said Leggett. He helps everybody around him. I mean, he's going to get his goals as well, but he helps everybody around him be better because he opens up the space. I mean, you saw in the first half that one chance, down here in the second half, 3 defenders basically surrounding him, and that leaves space for Brunel out on the left or somebody out on the right. So, because he's the guy, and I think since he's come into the team as well, RCNJ has definitely become a better squad and definitely a better team on the pitch. He's still also working his way back. I mean, he was injured a little bit, or not. He's a little bit sore with his leg. He's working his way back into fitness, and at this point now, I think he's got to be close to 100% before he goes off to Grand Canyon in the fall.
Yeah, Diop only played 4 games for UConn this year before sitting out the rest of the season with injury, and that worked its way back into this RCNJ season.
The good thing about it, at least this year you're not gonna, or nobody, this year didn't even count. It's like basically a free year for Division I athletes. So he's gonna get that year, and I would expect him to go out there and dominate.
Blacker will restart from the back. 80th minute, 2-1, with Diop scoring the most recent goal for RCNJ. And Wesley Leggett scoring the first one. Leggett subbed out for Christian Couradon. Speaking of Couradon, called for the foul there. No goals here in the second half. Rain has died down again.
I think that's one thing since Leggett went out. It seemed like Jop and Leggett had a pretty good understanding, obviously a goal and assist for each to each other, and we're finding each other in the pitch. So I think Jop's still trying to learn to play a little bit with Couradon, so you don't have that kind of telepathy as it is. You see, as you saw maybe on that Borden pass as well to Jop, who did that probably 100 times in practice. With Pennington, so.
Yeah, rival prep schools, though, Leggett and Diop. Only 5 miles, 6 miles down the road. Rural parts of Princeton, down to Pennington. Princeton Day School and the Pennington School.
Both Prep B, but Pennington plays Prep A
for
soccer.
Girls.
For girls and boys, they
for
play.
boys now they're playing Prep A. Yeah, they are, of course, right? Because they won
yeah.
that. They beat St. Benedict's.
They play up because they want to play a tougher schedule. But you see in other sports like basketball and such, baseball, they're Prep B. So it's a pretty small school compared to some of the other Hun and Lawrenceville.
Had the privilege of producing graduation for the Pennington School recently. Talking about Chad Bridges, he was a speaker at graduation.
Yeah,
their keynote speaker, to be fair.
Yeah, he
did a great job.
Been a big-time coach, obviously. Coached the All-Star game down at Disney. Had his team. That's a foul throw. Finished 4th in the country when Jop was a junior, and then started the season number 1 in the country. Been nationally ranked 3 of the last 6 seasons. They're nationally ranked last year as well. And just turned that program into a powerhouse in the country.
That's good soccer at that level. You really don't see it often at the high school level. You see guys that one day will be playing in a college jersey.
Completely changed what St. Benedict's did too, because they lost that game, and then Benedict's came back the next year with you know,
They were loaded
half,
again. Yeah.
you know, half the Bolivian U15 national team, and then players from all over the place, and national, you know, All-Americans, and finished #1 in the country a couple times since then. So, but those games are unbelievable.
They
If you
really
go
are.
see the
We've been there. Prep
Yeah,
Day Championship
wow.
every
This
single
is-
year. We've
Yeah.
on the Play-by-Play Sports Network, we've had the privilege of being there and watching St. Benedict's, who's been in it every single year. As this ball deflected by Corridon, out of bounds. Good hustle. Talk about the legs of a substitute. Corridon showing it there, keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, that's, you know, when you talk about the leg it going out, that's one thing. You know, when you come in, you got some fresh legs and some pace. You hasn't played a lot of minutes over the last 4 days, so he can go and chase that ball.
Here's Zachary Barrett. You know, Lehigh Valley United is going to give everything they have in the last 7 minutes. They've won a corner.
Yeah, this is definitely a place where they're going to push, you know, as you see the center backs come forward, and they're going to throw some players forward into the box here. And as you see, all of RCNJ players are basically inside 20 yards here.
Jacob Gear on the delivery. Interesting. He goes short and high. Tough to do in these conditions, and probably ill-advised. Certainly ill-advised after the result. And that's clearly offsides.
Yeah, he's got to play that earlier.
Either play it earlier or don't play it at all.
Yeah, just carry the ball, or you had somebody breaking on to the outside. You know he's offsides there. You don't play that ball. I think that corner was a miss kick. It was weird. Like, it was just almost looked like he slipped maybe.
Yeah.
That's the thing about I was telling the story the other day. I was walking down there to the field in brand new Vans. I stepped right in a puddle right off the pitch, so the water sometimes congregates there off on the side of the pitch, so he might have slipped there.
Yeah, definitely didn't look like what he wanted to do. 5 minutes left. Diop defending. Trying to work it towards the top of the 18. And Colby Raymond keeps it alive. Stays with Lehigh Valley United. Maybe a chance to get a cross in. Deflected for a corner.
And we're going to see a little more of this. There should be kind of an assault here on the RCNJ goal over this last 4+ minutes plus stoppage time. I figure with a lot of subs, maybe adds 2-3 minutes on.
Christopher Schrey's delivery, and that ball got all the way through. Goes out for a 6. Another substitution. And it's going to be Diop who comes out of the game.
Substitution for Real Central New Jersey. Down to the match, number 23, Matthew Horner. Replacing number 48, Ibrahima Diop.
So Matthew Horner comes in to replace Diop, and both goal scorers for RCNJ have been subbed out.
Horner, Bordentown player, scored a ton of goals. He was an all-area player. He's actually the area player of the year a couple years ago. Big time. 30+ goals a couple seasons. And come in here for about 5 minutes, and just to be able to run and chase balls down here and press, I think, from the front.
His college playing at Caldwell University.
He started at Ryder, I think, for a year and transferred out. But he played for my indoor team. Big time player.
United with possession in the attacking third. Comes Harrison Taylor to cut it off, and now Ethan Shaw. They're trying to escape the pressure, unable to do so. Lehigh Valley United still with possession. 88th minute now. Only a couple more chances left for Lehigh Valley United, but not making it easy as RCNJ, and that's the attacker in Christian Corridon. Not sure if he came back after the Horner substitution to help on defense. That possibly could have been what it was, as Cordon looks like he's well back defending in the midfield.
And once again, you see all 11 players inside the box here.
Far side of the 6, they keep it alive. Pinball, last touch by Shaw. And United just looking for anything to win a corner. Ewan Forrest in the 89th minute. So United not going away.
I always think it's better to maybe leave another, just one player out here as an outlet. But you see, Lehigh Valley has these 3 players here, basically for balls, secondary balls to come back out. But if you're RCNJ, maybe you leave a player at the mid pitch.
That was Schrey with a searching ball, and then a great opportunity by Jacob Gear, but he fanned on the shot. So it's Harrison Taylor on his horse to the far sideline, and taking a dive into the scorer's table as United continues on the attack. Play on with Zachary Barrett. Slides it middle. And a lot to be desired there on the shot from Jacob Gear.
Yeah, you need a little composure there. Still, you look up, you got the last minute of regulation, but then you're going to add 2 or 3 minutes on here. There's still time, and keep attacking, and they've had some chances here. A lot of set pieces, a lot of corner kicks.
At least 2 minutes will be added on to the half. 2 minutes of extra time.
2 minutes of extra time to be added on. 89:30 on the clock officially here. And so few more minutes remain for Lehigh Valley United. And RCNJ, meanwhile, going to get forward and salt away the remaining seconds.
Yeah, these games are tough to predict. You see all those goals in the first half, and you think, oh, we're in for a offensive second half here, and it just really hasn't happened for either team. And both teams have had chances, but no goals scored yet.
Here's Corridon. Sergio Aguinaga plays for Corridon. Maybe more playing keep away and keep it in the attacking third than trying to attack. Lehigh Valley United able to turn them over. Time not on United's side. It's Nick Allen to throw it in.
It's tough there. You just think you want to keep trying to just play instead of trying to maybe hold the ball there in the corner. You just want to just keep trying to just play your game, right, instead of losing the ball.
Because you end up getting in trouble when you start to play defensive and you go into protect mode.
Yeah, and sometimes, too, what you'll see is then you lose the ball here and you have a few players up, and now the Lehigh Valley players are going this way with pace, and now your number's down. And that's when, late goals happen.
.50 comes down. It's going to be a foul against Lehigh Valley United. Ethan Shaw, according to the referee, standing his ground and had position.
Yeah, that'll kill the rest of the match. It should. They'll take the walk up the pitch and let the keeper take that. Kill 30 seconds easily. Just can't afford a foul there if you're, in the last minute and a half, 2 minutes of a game here, because you see this happen all the time. It's 30 seconds click off the clock, and basically the game is over at that point.
As this ball deflected, almost a good chance. There's the final whistle. RCNJ victorious at home. 2-1 result over Lehigh Valley United. And Real Central New Jersey has escaped the bottom of the USL2 standings. They have leapfrogged Lehigh Valley United, now sitting with 8 points in the USL2 fixture, with Lehigh Valley sitting at 7. So a
pedestrians while in the parking lot.
Welcome 3 points for this Real Central New Jersey team, Sean.
Yeah, we talked about it before the game. This is what they needed. Win the game, take some confidence into these final few weeks here, and see if you can maybe catch someone else, catch Philadelphia and get up to 4th and maybe get a chance to get a decent seed in these playoffs.
Let's take a look at the 3 goals from the game. And it started with Ibrahima Diop defensively, then receiving back in the midfield, and a beautiful ball to Wesley Leggett, and a great finish by Leggett here.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you get on the ball there and basically 2 strides and a perfectly weighted pass into Leggett, and Leggett does the rest of the work there.
Here's the second goal, and it came just a few minutes later, and it was Ibrahima Diop with just an unbelievable finish. A little bit of a question mark initially whether that ball came down over the goal line, but it certainly did. And then here was the goal for Lehigh Valley United, and you thought, oh, maybe this United squad isn't going to go away. And to their credit, they did not. The second half was a 2-1 score throughout, and all 3 of these goals that you just saw coming in the first half of play.
Yeah, that set up a very good second half. I think, if it's 2-0 there, second half would have played out a little bit differently, but 2-1 at halftime. Second half is pretty tight. Both teams had chances, and it set up a very good game, and it was a very good game to watch tonight.
Sure was. Upcoming schedule for RCNJ. They go on the road at Reading United, another young team. And then the final home game against Evergreen FC right here on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. So only one more home game here at Mercer County Community College for the Real Central New Jersey men. We will have the women on the air tomorrow night. Happy Father's Day. But for the Real Central New Jersey men, 4 of the next 5 games, their final 5, on the road. So from our broadcast partner, Sean Miller, camera op, Ethan Carpenter today. My name's Simon Rosenwasser. We say so long from Mercer County Community College. 2-1 result. RCNJ over Lehigh Valley United in this USL2 contest. So long, everyone.